everyone is just such a horrible human
Everyone is
being.
the worst in this. This anime.
Everyone is the
This
worst.
anime is horrible adults creating horrible children.
Horrible children.
who teach alien octopus that murdering is the solution to all their problems. That's the lesson that he takes away. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Two Asian Blokes Podcast, a podcast where we talk about Asian pop culture, films, TV shows, comic books, anime, music, food, video games, whatever we're feeling at the time, really. My name is Dan with H. With me, as always, my co-host Tavi. What's up, Tavi?
Yeah, pretty good today, man. You know, just had a kind of a nice date with myself today.
Oh, yeah? You took advantage of discounted movie tickets, I hear.
Yes, it's supposedly National Cinema Day.
All right.
If that's actually a thing. So Reading Cinema was having $6 tickets, and I went to go watch Caught Stealing by Darren Aronofsky, which was quite a good movie.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised by it. Well, I was chatting to you off air about it just before.
Yeah.
Definitely would recommend
described it
watching
as
Yeah.
light Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, light. It's very light Darren Aronofsky with some moments of feels of gravitas. And there is a pondering message to be left. And this is, of course, in line with the massive anti-immigration protests that are happening in Australia and Jakarta's revolution. So having a pleasant day while the world's falling apart, much as to maybe the chagrin of the protagonists of the show that we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're not talking about light stuff today, are we?
Yeah, no, we're not talking about light stuff at all.
The main topic of today's episode is Takopi Original Sin, an anime that a lot of people have been talking about for reasons that we'll get into, I'm sure. But before that, we've just got a little bits and pieces of news. We're going to be talking about Resident Evil 9 first reactions, as well as a trailer for the upcoming season 3 of Alice in Borderland. Alice in Borderland? Alice in Borderlands. I never remember.
It's Borderlands.
Yeah, whatever
is it Borderland?
You know what I'm talking about. the one where they're in limbo, I guess. Spoilers for season 1 and 2.
Is Kate Blanchett going to be in this one as well?
Yeah. So,
she's just in all the Netflix.
all the Netflix Game of Death Asian stuff.
And anything live action Borderlands related, even though it's from a franchise.
Yeah, I forgot about that movie.
What a nothing movie.
You're the only one I know that's actually seen that movie, Tavi.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say that I've seen it. I fell into a deep sleep.
Your soul left you when you were watching that movie.
And then when I woke up, she was just like being like Psycho Mantis or something, and just like electrifying people. Yeah,
she would be an excellent Psycho Mantis if they ever made a Metal Gear Solid movie.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I think she would. Yeah.
Or who's the other one? Tilda Swinton. She'll do.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton.
Just
who's the
thin and pale?
Maybe like Timothée Chalamet at his most like bony feminine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what. Maybe he'd be a good Psycho Mantis.
Maybe Machine Gun Kelly.
If he was a better actor.
Yeah, I've never seen him act.
Apparently, I've never seen him act either. Actually, no, I have. I've seen him in something, and it wasn't very good. And he was just like the butt of the joke.
Sure.
Oh, what was the movie? Was it G20? No.
Imagine being the butt of the joke in G20, a terrible movie by all accounts.
Talking about forgettable movies. I was thinking about worst movies I've seen this year, and I always forget about G20 because it really is like it's that bad, but it's also just that forgettable.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about Resident Evil 9. I haven't really seen anything about this, to be honest, except that first reactions are in and seem generally positive.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really give a shit about the other people's reactions, but it seems like it looks pretty cool. It's going back to the more Resident Evil 7 style of gameplay, is what it seems. Like
first
there's
person?
more of a first. I think it's switching. It switches between first person and third person. I think there are segments in what we probably see mostly in that trailer is a big, craggly, female-like monster thing that seems to chase you down.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
And you can't kill it.
Yeah.
But I think during some action sequences, it goes back to third person.
Okay.
And I think there's also rumors that Leon was going to be the main character, but the promotion team is like, nah, because we're trying to make it scary again, and
so it's a girl.
Making Leon the main. Well, she's related to like Ashcroft. I forgot what the law of all the Ashcroft family is. To be honest,
she's some kind of descendant, right, of the Ashcrofts, which the Ashcroft family had some kind of ties to the Resident Evil mansion and like the original experiments.
Didn't he make one of the serums or something?
Sure.
Because as much as I will probably be flagged for this, but my memory of Dr. Ashcroft is from Resident Evil Apocalypse, where he's just that guy in a wheelchair and he made something. Yeah. And he's obviously from the games, so yeah.
Yeah. He made something. He made something for sure.
Made something. Yeah. And then we can go and kill it. Yeah. So
what do you think about the trailer?
I think the trailer, it looks fun. Like I always have the same reaction to Resident Evil trailers. I think I pretty much know what I'm gonna get when I play these games, and I always just enjoy them, even though they might take different directions. Yeah, I think the latest in terms of following the story chronologically, Resident Evil 8 was the latest one, Resident Evil Village, and that was made because that game's direction was more action orientated.
That's the one with the werewolves and the Frankensteins and the Lady Demetricus or whatever, the big lady.
Yeah, the big lady with the big boobs, and everyone was gooning over that all over the internet.
Sure.
At the time, they loved it. Yeah.
They loved it.
But they loved it. No, you still what Lady Demetress or something?
Yeah, something like that.
But that game was more action orientated because they were trying to appeal to a wider audience because Resident Evil 7 was too scary. And maybe that comment might have pissed off some fans. So it's like, okay, now we're going to go back to being scary again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we had Resident Evil 4 remake, which pretty much, I think, satisfied everyone's appetite with the
action side of things.
The action side of things, yeah. So
I think
back
Resident
to
Evil, Resident Evil has room for both. I think maybe they're trying to tread like a more middle ground with this one. But I have heard it described as like the most one of the more scary iterations from people that have played it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be access journalism as well.
It could be.
So it's like, if you're a guy who's like, yeah, it wasn't that scary. Like, you're not going to get access again. You're going to have the big reactions and the big soy face.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm somewhat dubious to a lot of like
early reviews of stuff. Anything.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
anything mainstream, I think, because it's all about like, it's all very disingenuous. I somehow don't think it's going to be the scariest game of the year. And I somehow don't even think Silent Hill F will be the scariest game of the year. But that being said, I think they're both going to be very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking on Silent Hill F, there's been a fair few new gameplay trailers and stuff and all having sort of mixed reviews. But I've only sort of just realized how toxic Silent Hill fandom is as well.
Oh yeah? What have you been reading?
I've kind of stated, it's just there's different levels of fandom, and like the TLDR is like no one really knows what they want because a lot of things that one fandom wants contradicts what other fandoms want.
Okay.
And then it's just a whole mess of just people calling each other like dumbasses, not true Silent Hill fans. And the fact that Silent Hill shouldn't be set in Japan because it's like an American game.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? You do realize like all the psychological horror stuff comes from the Eastern perspective. But anyway.
Yeah. Most of the imagery as well, I would say.
Yeah.
But I can kind of see where they're coming from as well. But I don't think it's anything to get angry about. But these are gamers we're talking about, Tavi. What are gamers if not angry and opinionated?
Who do you think would win? Gamers versus K-pop fans.
K-pop fans, 100% K-pop fans would win, Darby, in like a
I don't know
knockdown
about
brawl.
Nah. Gamers.
They're much more coordinated than
crazy as
gamers. Although gamers have like good Twitch reflexes, I guess.
I don't think K-pop fans are as coordinated anymore because there's too many separate fandoms.
Oh, they're too divided. But you were just talking about the division in the Silent Hill fandom, which is
That's
just
true.
one game franchise.
I think there was that whole thing about like I won't go too much into it about the censorship thing and the gamers united. It's like, hey, you can't take away our titties, and then they got pissed off at MasterCard and they formulated like mass emails and strikes on so gamers they can be just as hostile. I actually think gamers would win because gamers and how am I put this nicely or without getting cancelled? Gamers is full of like toxic male rage. You know, it is mostly a male fandom. So when that is put to use, it can be quite catastrophic. And there is a number of like incidences that have involved murder, just involving gamer rage. Losing that one game of LOL.
There'd be no team cohesion though, Tavi. That's the thing. There'd be no coordination and no cohesion. These are dudes we're talking about.
That would be an interesting series. Which fandom?
And they're definitely less fit than K-pop fans.
Yeah, that's true. They are definitely less fit. Yeah. But they'd be using like drone strikes and shit. Anyway.
Enough about video games. That's our Resident Evil 9 news. Moving on. Let's talk about Alice in Borderlands, shall we? So this is season 3 of Alice in Borderlands. A trailer just dropped at time of recording, but actually it's coming out pretty soon. September 25 is the release date on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So not probably around the time that this episode is released.
Maybe. Yeah.
But no, like the trailer itself doesn't give away too much. It seems like Adisu is being drawn back into the fray by a character that we have seen before. A favorite of ours, Tavi. Did you recognize him? Banda from the Jack of Hearts game from season 2.
Oh, was he?
He's the guy that gives Adisu the Joker card, and he's like he's the guy that's like come back and participate in the games again. He's a serial killer guy from that Jack of Hearts game.
I thought so.
Yeah.
It's like that like duo. So you'll see them again. Yeah. Are we talking about those two guys?
Yeah, those two guys. You don't see the other guy, but you see Banda in the trailer.
Yeah.
But it kind of like
was a favorite. Yeah.
I guess that shows that the people that participated in the previous games are still around, or at least some of them are still around, even though we were kind of led to believe that they passed into the next world. I don't know. It's all. This is like.
I guess it'll all be explained. Yeah,
but this is kind of unwritten territory.
Original,
This is all original content from Netflix, which is interesting. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it because I really like Alice in Borderland. I think it's a great show. It's really fun. Especially, I actually enjoyed the second season more than the first one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the action scene choreography. And the games are fun, and it's quite like camp in its own sense.
Did you like the ending of season 2 though?
Yeah, I did. I think it wrapped things up, and then I didn't have to worry about the fates of the characters. Like I just kind of just let them live happily ever after. It's fine. To be honest, I didn't really need to see a season 3. I have a thing about dragging on TV shows beyond their welcome, like just resurrecting them when there doesn't need to be any reason to, except I guess to make money. But the trailer, it still looks quite fun. I think the pretty typical plot of Arisu trying to save Usagi is compelling enough because you like both those characters. And it'll be cool to see all the... I don't know, because you haven't really seen them in the trailer, but it'll be nice to see like the other the other team again, like Shishida.
Yeah, you don't see Shishia in the trailer.
Yeah, she probably will. And the other girls, I've forgotten all their names. I just remember Quina and and Anne. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching them being very anime-like.
Hopefully they come back.
And yeah, and I mean, there's a new edition which I recently just saw on my feed, and I'm not sure. It comes from a couple of sources, but I'm not sure how. What's the word? Like reliable these sources are.
Yeah, she wasn't in the trailer.
Apparently Mina from Twice is going to be
and Misamo. Let's not forget Misamo.
Oh, really? Are the three of them going to be?
No, as in she's also from Misamo, not just Twice.
Yeah. But I mean, people know. People are
know.
stupid. People know.
So
if you like Twice, you already know who Misamo are. Yeah, but it's like it's cool to like put her in. It'll be her debut acting role, but like I don't want to see her die either because she's gonna die. Like it's without a doubt. Like you don't put a high profile singer like that to have a continuous role throughout because it's just like there's just no time.
Has she done any acting before?
No, this will be her first time acting, I think.
Yeah. She won't be in it for long, I assume.
Yeah, she'll probably at least have a beautiful death because I don't think JYP will allow her to be a mangled corpse or die brutally.
Yeah, that's true.
And she'll probably be like a good character as well. Oh, but who knows? Maybe Mina's like, I want to challenge myself and be like the cold, steely woman, you know.
Could be. She'd be good at that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see her acting chops to prove herself.
If she is indeed in it. Again, we don't know how reliable these sources are.
We don't know. Yeah. I looked at the the site or the articles are from, and it's just like I don't know. This seems fake. So, yeah, it could be wrong.
Yeah.
She might not be in it. She might have as much impact in Soo-young as Soo-young did in Ballerina. So,
Soo-young was in Ballerina?
Yeah. Yeah, we fucking talked about this.
Oh, that Ballerina. Okay, I thought you meant John Jung-seo's Ballerina. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, the John Wick one. Yeah.
I still haven't seen that movie. I don't know how much she's in it.
She's in it for like less than a minute, I think.
Okay.
But she went on a whole promotional tour about it. But anyway, good on her. She had a whole character arc of being scared. That was it. Well done.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. Well, I mean, the trailer does make me excited for season 3. I don't know about expanding on the original source material. Like, I guess the season 1 and 2 already deviated from the source material, so and they were fine.
Oh, did it?
Well, apparently Joker,
quite similar.
I think Joker was supposed to be a prominent character, or at least shown at the end, because he's in the manga. He's kind of like the ferryman between Borderland and the real world. And
do you think DC stepped in and be like, wait a minute, he can't use a character named Joker? His house.
Kate Blanchett stepped in and was like, you can't use Borderlands. that's mine.
That's mine. Fucking hell.
But it seems like he's going to have more of a role in season 3. So maybe they're using, like elements of the original manga to kind of expand on it. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. And
cool. And then whenever we watch it, then we can do our Squid Game season 3 versus Squid Game. I mean, Alison, because we still haven't talked about Squid Game.
Yeah. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
We'll link them.
Even though people don't give a shit about it anymore. It's coming.
We got to at least talk about it before the US adaptation comes out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Let's talk about No Other Choice. Pre-screenings or... What was it? Shown at a festival of some kind? Who's seen this movie?
I think it's at TIFF at the moment. I think it started the festival runs.
Yeah. So people have seen it.
Yeah, it's good to hear that it's being very critically well received at the moment. Some even comparing it to Parasite.
Oh, wow,
which is a big call.
As in, it's also a Korean movie.
It's a Korean movie about rich capitalist corruption.
Okay.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I think the plot of it is a bit clearer to me now. I think we talked about it before, but I think it is about a guy who is, I think it's based off a novel called The Axe, and it's just about a guy who is going for a job interview and he's killing the competition so he can get the job.
Okay.
And that's kind of
fun.
what it's about. So it is Park Chan-wook back at his depraved, I think, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'm really glad to hear, and also not really surprised that it's being received really, really well. I think most cinephile fans who know of Park Chan-wook know him for a particular brand of macabre, I guess.
Yeah. We're talking Old Boy. We're talking the Vengeance
Old Boy,
trilogy.
Thirst. Yeah, he like kind of macabre, like dark humor sort of done properly. And I guess there's always elements of a thriller, elements of horror in his films. So I think there's a certain brand that people expect. So I think when Decision to Leave came out, which was one of my favorite movies that year, I really grown accustomed to really liking that movie.
Yeah.
I think it was not mixed, but it was like not as positively received because I don't want to see you be a fucking sad boy. I want to see you like be an angry boy.
I mean, that movie was
boy,
a little bit macabre as well, but it definitely not as much.
In a different sense, but it's his most accessible, non-accessible film, I guess, because a lot of people might find Decision to Leave boring, whereas Old Boy is definitely not boring. And you can argue that Old Boy is the more Hollywood like accessible version compared to Decision to Leave. But anyway, so it'll be cool to see Park Chan-wook go back to his, I guess, roots, and Lee Byung-hun now being a massive superstar from being the front man and Fire Demon from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah,
which is the most.
Forgot he was that guy.
The most viewed Netflix film of all time now, as we speak.
Add those two together, you might be the most seen Korean person on Netflix.
Yeah, the fact that when I wear my Lee Byung-hun t-shirt and people recognize it now, it's like, damn, man, it's that's cool.
He's coming up in the world.
Yeah, it's about time. He deserves it. Great actor.
He is.
Love him.
Yeah, he does a great Fire Demon.
As he says, he's very handsome. Was that real? You sent me. It's really funny.
It was an interview where they're interviewing Lee Jung-jae and Lee Byung-hun. And the interviewer asks him, "Who's your favorite contestant?" And Lee Byung-hun's like, "I like 001. Because he's handsome." Which is really...
I think Lee Byung-hun is having a lot of fun because he's sort of like in his middle 50s now.
Yeah, he's a silly ajashi now. So
I think he's a silly ajashi now. He was sort of that brooding, handsome guy earlier in the day, but now he's just a brooding. I'm not a happy, silly ajashi now. So good on him. Yeah,
good on him.
He survived whatever controversies that went his way, but he's cool.
Yeah,
good on you, mate.
Yeah, can't wait to see him in this movie. Looks good. It's a pairing that hasn't happened before, right? Park Chan-wook and Lee Byung-hun.
No, it has. There was a short film in the horror series 3 Extremes, and he did a short like 40-minute film with Park Chan-wook.
Yeah, okay.
Which is actually pretty cool. I think it's called Wire or something, or Piano Wire. Yeah, that's an interesting title. So you can kind of gather what that's about.
Yeah.
That's called Cut.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. It seems like a good pairing, I think, because...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Lee Byung-hun definitely has the range to go full-on psycho.
Yeah.
And I guess he's got the physicality for the action still as well, so should be good.
And he's very handsome.
He is handsome. All right, shall we move it along?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about Takopi's Original Sin. So this is an anime based off of a popular manga, a pretty short anime, 6 episodes, 20-ish minutes each. Yeah, before we get into it, I reckon if you want to watch it and haven't yet, go stop listening to this now and go watch it because we're going to do full spoilers. I can't dance around spoilers for this show.
Yeah. You also might want to book a therapist as well.
Yeah, get some tissues at the very least.
I don't think this is really a tissue show, but it's damn, that's rough. It's maybe.
It's a pretty rough watch. We'll talk about it.
The tears, it's not like Grave of the Fireflies sadness. It's more like, everyone's a fucking shit cunt.
Yeah. Everyone's so broken.
Everyone is so broken. Except for Takopi. Even Takopi is sort of broken.
He's a little bit broken. Yeah, we'll talk about it, sure. But before we do that, do you want to give us a rundown on what this is?
Yeah. So Takopi's Original Sin seemingly follows Shizuka, who is a bullied 12-year-old girl who, suffers much intense bullying from her peers, but gets it more so from Marina-chan, who happens to be like a blonde-haired girl with Japanese parents, but that's just anime.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, she comes across a little alien species known as a Happian, which comes in the form of a very anime mascot, octopus-looking thing.
Yep.
And he spends the anime trying to make her happy by using various gadgets, some which include turning back time, and some include a rope of happiness, as what it is called, which we see it's used to its full effect in the first episode. But yeah, it is it's short, and I think it's good that it's short because an anime like this is really hard to watch after a period of time. Like, it's not something that most people would be able to binge because it does have some pretty strong, relentless depictions of bullying. I've probably seen more in some other films.
Every episode that I watched came with the disclaimer that if you are going through depression or if reach out. So that's the kind of show that this is. Yeah, it's pretty depressing at times. But it is set up as a cute, like the animation style and the art style is quite cute.
Well, what did you describe it as? Like, because there's sort of a subgenre of this style of it's animation.
It's very kawaii, but also kill yourself kind of stuff.
It's along the Made in Abyss, and I think there's another one. Actually, there's I wouldn't say it's cute. There's a manga I've been reading, or I finished it. It's called Oyasumi Punpun, or Goodnight Punpun.
Yeah,
I think that is more extreme than this one. Like, it's not so much bullying, but it is just life dragging you down a lot. But it gets really macabre, I suppose. It gets very degenerate.
Yeah. I found this show not too extreme in that regard. Like, it is depressing, but I feel like they shy away from anything overly violent or anything like that. Like, it's not a Higurashi kind of situation.
Higurashi, even Higurashi is probably more intense than this. But I think the thing about this show, even though it is tackling some very, very heavy themes, and it is still quite heavy for those who aren't really prepared or versed in watching or this kind of themes. I think it's balanced enough with Takopi's silliness and very anime-likeness. So I found this show pretty, I guess, easy to watch in a sense. I actually really like this show because I think while it is balanced in its depiction of, heavier stuff, it's not pulling any punches either.
Yeah.
Because everyone is just such a horrible human
Everyone is
being.
the worst in this. This anime.
Everyone is the
This
worst.
anime is horrible adults creating horrible children.
Horrible children.
Who teach. Ultimately, they teach alien octopus that has no concept of murder. That murdering is the solution to all their problems. That's the lesson that he takes away initially, anyway. So,
But I think it's really good that a show like this is getting traction because people are being exposed that this kind of thing is normal for people, where a lot of people don't really realize that their actions do have consequences, especially when it comes to their kids. Because you and I, we grew up with parents who loved us. Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
But I think we compared to the kids in Takopi, we had it very, very easy. So I think we became good adults by the time we've reached our late 30s now.
Yeah.
But I think we sort of, especially just for me thinking about it, I'm not sort of, I guess growing up, I'm not really aware that there's any other way to have grown up with, parents that didn't love you. Because that was kind of a hard thing for me to fathom at the time. And that's also like, it was hard for me to fathom that people get divorced or, adults could just be just as petty and love hungry as,
adults are just people as well. And people can be broken.
Yeah.
And every single character in this show is broken to an extent. So it is kind of a stark reminder of the reality of some people's situations. And I think that's why these episodes come with that disclaimer, is because it is trying to reach that audience that maybe are having a hard time, and like, because the lesson that it does teach at the end of the show, and we might circle back to this, is quite nice, I think.
I think so. It does have a surprisingly nice ending.
Yeah.
It does. I think it shouldn't like wallow in grief. And it does, as you said, does have a nice message.
Yeah. And like the lesson that it's teaching is pretty important as well. Like you said, that the actions of adults have a drip-on effect to the kids as well. Like people might not know this, but I have been an educator in the past, sometimes of young children. And you can see how much they pick up from the people around them and the people that they're exposed to, and how much they mimic the actions and behaviors that they see. And sometimes, as a parent, it can be hard to forget. I mean, it can be easy to forget this. And, you're human as well. You have moods and you have emotions. But it is also important to remember that what you do in front of your kids can also affect their journey.
If you ever return back to the education field, you can learn to spot the eventual Shizuka and Marina-chans and do something about it.
Yeah, I'll follow Takopi's journey and try to fix things, and then realize that it's probably better if I just get out the way. I think it's pretty extreme in this show. And that's by design, because they want to go like fully impactful on it. So I think this show probably would have been harder hitting if it was maybe a little bit more grounded, but I don't think that's what they're going for. They're kind of going for extremes, like the introduction of the alien concept and like this supernatural element, I guess you can call it, is like they're trying to create a level of unreality to it, I think. So that it is not too awful to watch.
Yeah, it's not like I think if I was to think of like the hardest or the roughest depiction of bullying, it would still probably be like All About Lily Choo Choo.
Oh, Lily Choo Choo.
All About Lily Choo Choo.
You're probably right. Yeah,
that movie breaks my heart when I watch it. But
this show reminded me of Confessions a bit, though, because Confessions kind of has that plot of like kids being turned into monsters by their parents. Yeah.
I think this show, as you said, it does set an unrealism that when there are some pretty extreme things that happen, maybe you and I had the wrong reaction to it. Because there's getting into full spoilers now, because there's quite a number of
Also, disclaimer for this this section of the episode: if you are sensitive to self-harm topics, maybe you should stop listening to this probably, because we're going to be talking about some of the content that involves self-harm.
Yes, I guess we do have to talk about this with a deft touch.
Yeah.
But I will have to say, when we are sort of confronted with what Shizuka is going through when Marina is, I guess, bullying her and quite literally beating her. I think Takopi, who has a number of gadgets, he has one that can rewind time from a certain photo frame. So he takes a photo frame of her earlier in the episode, and then he's still trying to understand human beings. So he thinks that Marina is showing affection when she's not. Yeah. So, but he soon
for
realizes,
context, this alien doesn't really know how humans behave. So it's often misreading the situation. Yeah. It's like, because Marina is bullying Shizuka, he assumes that they're friends because she's talking to her so much. Like, he can't read the context of these conversations.
And I think there's a point where Takopi gives Shizuka like a happiness ribbon, and she says, like, if you tie this around the wrist of anyone, you will become instant friends, and there will be no more arguments. And then Shizuka's just like, that's nice. Thanks for the gift. I'll see you tomorrow. And then Takopi, in all his anime glory, goes to search for Shizuka the next day, and the music is really light.
Yeah.
And he's being very like Japanese mascot. And then he enters, I think, one of the sheds or something, and you just hear the sound design of a rope swinging.
Yeah. The creak of a rope.
That's such a harsh moment. But I was watching this on the train home while I was really drunk for the so I kind of like I just laughed a little bit. And it's obviously not like, again,
I think it is
hard-hitting.
Supposed to be a little bit like.
Do you think so?
I don't know. I think because it's
I reckon there's some people who be like, how dare you, monsters.
I mean,
you think it's funny?
Perhaps, but like it's supposed to be such a gut punch. It's kind of like when we talk about like action beats, right? That are so like violent that you kind of just have to laugh. It's kind of that as well. Like it's such a gut punch.
It's kind of like a oh shit moment.
It's a holy shit moment, like where you kind of like
shit, but then there's like a montage of like Takopi failing and like Shizuka like hanging herself like each time, isn't there? Which sort of becomes comedic. So I think there's a level of like dark humor that goes into it. Yeah,
definitely. But,
I think Shizuka is definitely a very interesting character, because what I really like about this show, and I actually did really like this show, it really is like a multi-lead show, because there are points where Shizuka is not really the focus, and I think I'd say the three lead characters are Shizuka, Marina, and Naoki.
Naoki, yeah.
So we get the side of them and how harsh their lives are. Naoki's life is fucking rough. Like, he doesn't get beat up, but I would
say his trauma is the weakest out of all of them.
I think it's the most relatable.
Yeah, I guess
like people watching the show, it's just like, damn, that's rough.
So Naoki's trauma is that he has a mother that is constantly pushing him to get good grades and constantly comparing him to his older brother, who is seemingly perfect and can do things really effortlessly. And this has like created a complex in Naoki where he has to do things perfectly, but he's never good enough. Yeah. So that's
like he's like, oh, I made pancakes for you, but you didn't get good grades, so I guess you can't
chucks it in the bin.
Just chucks it in the bin. And it's like, damn. I think it's the roughest because it's the most relatable, because it's just like people do this without even like a second
I don't know
like,
if anybody
conscious
makes
of it,
pancakes and then chucks it in the bin. That's a bit.
I reckon they do. It's a form of psychological torture to your child.
But it's so
they know
intentional.
what they're doing.
That's a more intentional, effort on their part to psychologically torture their child. Like I can kind of understand, being competitive with your child unconsciously or subconsciously, but no, like Naoki's mum knows exactly what she's doing.
I think that's why it's quite evil.
It's evil.
Wow. It's so
Horrible.
evil. It's funny.
And his brother
reckon
is
people
so
do
nice
that.
as well. His brother's such a nice guy.
His brother, he's so like, he's not aloof. He's just kind of like, he's like a chill guy.
Yeah.
Just doesn't seem to be trying. It's like, fuck this guy. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that he's sort of like, what was that movie? A Different Man? The antagonist. He's just
I
like
forget his name.
that
Oswald,
guy.
maybe? Yeah.
Oswald. Yeah, Oswald. Yeah. And he's just better at everything.
Yeah.
But Shizuka does go through a transformation where she does sort of become like an antagonist.
Yeah.
And it is quite like creepy to realize when you are a victim of something, but suddenly when the power shifts in your favor, are going to take full advantage of that because it just, because there's a plot twist where Marina and Shizuka confront each other, and Marina's really going hard on Shizuka.
And this is after the montage of Takopi trying to save Shizuka over and over again and failing over and over again. So Takopi eventually steps in, right? And clocks Marina over the head with the camera.
with the camera.
Killing her on
the
site.
rewind time camera.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this to actually, to be honest. I was quite surprised that this happened. Where it's just like the lifeless eyes is also like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because
she got fucking hadoost Tavi with the camera.
Yeah. She got fucking hudus there.
From the bushes.
Fucking lad. Oh, lad, man. Yeah. She did. That is such a fucking Australian deep cut. Like Takopi.
Everybody look up Spaniards. Spaniards
Original Sin.
Spaniards
Original Sin. Oh, Shizuka lad. Yeah, lad. Oh, just hurus. So what you told us, Marina? This Marina. Just fucking hurus.
You just grab half a brick. Just fucking hadoost.
But so she dies, and then that's when Naoki sort of had an interest in Shizuka for like a while. He's like the class president at the time, and he goes to see if she's okay because he knows what's going on between those two.
Yeah.
And then they come across Marina's dead body, and he sort of has like a mini breakdown, and then he realizes like, oh, they should go to the cops and ask the cops, but then Shizuka's like, nah, is there another way to do this? But before that, she's like really thanking like Naoki and Takopi, and it's just like this immense
joy
level of happiness, this immense joy that you are not supposed to feel as the victim because you're supposed to like be helpless. But if you watch someone who's given you so much shit and you're traumatized by this person, and then you suddenly see them dead, I think that is a probable reaction that most people will have, which is morally wrong, but it is just human nature because you've essentially watched
problem
your
is gone.
predator.
And that's
get
never
killed.
been an option for her. Like she's always kind of been the weakling in that situation, and she can't really do anything about this bully. But the moment the bully is taken care of and is out of the picture, she's just overcome with joy, and like it's just unfiltered happiness. And it's wrong,
and it's quite eerie.
because it's she's a child.
Like the music really plays it up as well with the the white mist filter and the sparkles and the really like happy music as well.
And that kind of plays into like the way that children kind of learn as well, because Takopi is like a child basically, but and he's more of a child than the children in the show. So he's more like in his mind, he's younger than Shizuka and Naoki. So he's kind of learning from their behavior as well. So when he kills Marina, out of impulse, and then Shizuka like starts thanking him and is overcome with joy, and she's finally smiling, which was his ultimate goal. He assumes that murder is like a good thing.
yeah, I remember that. It's like, oh, so that's it. It's murdering Marina was the thing that I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it is such an interesting like way to sort of display how kids learn from their surroundings.
Yeah.
In such a, I guess, yeah. I never really would think about this show as being a dark comedy, but when I think about it now, it's quite, I guess it's funny.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Even like, though it is traumatizing to watch at times, like that's kind of funny as well, because it's packaged as like aesthetically as like a very cute show. It's obviously intentional. It's an intentional bit of dark humor on the artist's part. We should probably name drop the artist. The artist of the original manga is Taizan 5. I think it's definitely very intentional, and it's intentional of any anime that is like this, where the animation, the art style is very cute, but the content is quite dark. It's like giving you that extra kind of gut punch.
What's good as well is how all the journeys of each three characters sort of intertwines and links with each other, because then after this we sort of go into Naoki's story where he, you see him, his mum is, as we said, just being a bit of a bitch.
Well,
a tiger mum, I
first
suppose.
gets rizzed into helping Shizuka cover up the murder of Marina. So one thing I also enjoy about this show is that everybody just accepts the alien like straight away. So Takopi like basically explains to Naoki what's happened, and he's kind of like, at first he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But then he quickly accepts it and tries to like find a way out of it, because he's kind of into Shizuka, and Shizuka asks him to help her. And he has a bit of a hero complex as well, because like I mentioned before, he wants to do everything perfectly. So he takes this cover up as kind of a challenge to do a task well for this person that he likes.
And then we sort of see Shizuka's slow descent into being like somewhat of a sociopath, I suppose.
Because she starts manipulating him.
Yeah. And I think that's quite interesting, because a lot of the time when you hear Western criticisms of these kind of characters, it's kind of like, oh yeah, if I was that character, just beat the shit out of Marina. I would have, in Spanish, who was that lad? But then, so this time we see Shizuka, she shifts. She's not, hurusing anyone, but she's turning into a manipulator. She's turning into, I guess, what people see as the bad person. So I think there were some points where some fandoms or some people didn't really get what the show was going for, and they like ended up hating Shizuka's character because they think that she's like evil. But like, I think that's obviously missing the point of the show. Which I wish there was a point where it was a bit on the nose, when it's like Takopi is talking to Naoki, and Naoki's just like, sometimes good people do bad things.
Yeah,
and
he basically
I've kind of already
explains
got that.
Yeah.
I think it's for like, probably just for those kind of audiences that need to have it explained to them. So I wish they never really had to say that, because I think it's quite obvious that that is the message of the show. Because we see like the interesting shift of Shizuka becoming the antagonist, while there's a reverse arc of Marina becoming the more sympathetic one. So we find out the show Takopi's Original Sin is actually his original sin of trying to save Marina, because Marina's character arc is that she is abused at home by her controlling mum, who is having issues with her husband, who is sleeping with Shizuka's mum, who's I think she's a hostess or something, right?
An escort of some kind, An
escort, and that's where much of the jealousy and all the bullying comes from. But the bullying comes from the actions of the mother, who is just has lost her mind, and she's like, oh, you're always on my side, right? And she regularly beats Marina as well, which it's sad to watch. But I think the original show actually starts in 2022, whereas much of them as kids is in 2016.
Yeah. There's a bit of time travel stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do find out that originally Takopi met with the 2022 version of Marina, who has already gone through a bit of abuse. Shizuka is not dead in this timeline. She's actually she moved away and then came back to town after a while.
And then she's famous because she's hot, apparently, according to the other students. So, she's really pretty now. So there you go. That's all it takes. Just be hot.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But Marina starts kind of dating Naoki. But then when Shizuka returns to the picture, Naoki leaves Marina for Shizuka. And that is kind of like the final straw in Marina's mum's mind, I guess. And like they get into a
because like Marina's mum, because Marina tells her mother that she's met Naoki and he's like really rich. And she's like, oh, awesome. Like in Marina's mum's mind, like, oh, she ends up with this Naoki. Like we won't have to live in debt and stuff, and she can help pay for it. So she suddenly, her mother has like a character shift as to being like super nice, and she ends up like cooking a meal for their, I guess, first meeting of parents. But then like, he becomes a simp for Shizuka, and doesn't go to the date, and then. It's like, because obviously with the way that the color grade is when she's cooking the food, and the food does look quite nice. And then
everything's real glossy and like sparkly.
And then she ends up sort of doing that very slow turn from just being like happy, and that's all your fault. I mean, like there's a scar on Marina as well, that she got from her mother. Which she's scared of like glass shards, and the mother tries to stab her, but then she's like, this is the last straw, and she ends up killing her own mum. And that's where Takopi's Original Sin realizes, oh, well, if I go back in time and kill Shizuka, which if you think about it, he succeeds. Shizuka's dead. But he goes back, and then I think whatever...
In this timeline, in the 2022 timeline, do you reckon she didn't die because he never gave her that ribbon? She just didn't have access to a ribbon? Because presumably, like, the events would play out the same, right? Like, the dog would still bite Marina, causing him to be put down. And, like, all of that would still happen, but the only difference is that she didn't kill herself in that timeline.
Yeah, that's the initial catalyst, like the dog biting Marina. And you kind of knew that was going to happen. Like, this dog bit me. I feel like that's something you would do, Dan.
What?
I don't know why. I feel like
I have been bitten by a dog in the past. I didn't have it put down, Tavi. What are you taking me for?
I don't know. Because you hate dogs. So it's just like, They're
growing on me. They're all right. Some of them are all right. Most of them aren't. Anyway.
But so that's the Original Sin. But yeah, maybe you're right. Because like, I think the point of the show is that none of Takopi's gadgets are useful at all. They just make things worse. So the rope killing, I guess, Shizuka just makes it worse. Marina getting clubbed getting hoodwissed by the the camera.
That made it worse.
Made it worse. And just I guess, what does he do with now? He doesn't really make life for Naoki worse. I think Naoki, I guess because of all these events, Naoki confesses to the murder, right? That's his sort of arc.
Doesn't he dob Shizuka in? I can't remember.
No, I think he confesses. That's why it's like everything, like the...
He eventually goes to the cops. Naoki's arc is kind of... like the resolution of it is it's in line with the show, but it's also a little bit weak. Like basically he starts covering up this murder which causes his grades to drop even further because he's distracted because it's not going to plan. So that makes his mom kind of like disown him or like give up on him, which causes him to have another mental breakdown. But then his really nice brother steps in and is like, you can tell me anything. And like, it's all good, man. Don't worry. Just chill. Just be like me and just chill. And then that kind of makes Naoki realize that, he's not alone. He's got his brother, and his brother is actually a nice dude. He's the only nice dude in this show.
That's true, actually. He's the only one who's like,
yeah. Lucky for Naoki.
Maybe, I don't know, Shizuka's dad?
Maybe. He's not very nice, is he? She goes to visit him in Tokyo, and then he's like, he's got another family, and he's like, his other daughter's like, who's that, Dad? And he goes, I don't know. And closes the door on her.
I felt like that was so... I really like the way that they did that because there's a point where Shizuka realizes this is after Naoki has confessed. She's like, yeah, Naoki is not going to help me anymore. Like, I can't manipulate him. She still ends up going to Tokyo. And then because it plays the theme song, but I guess you've been skipping the theme song, but I watched the theme songs. But it's a different iteration of the intro. And then it's just her traveling to Tokyo. And it's quite upbeat. It's so very upbeat, almost like to that, I guess, Ghibli level of just like...
she's a hero on a journey.
Sort of... no, it's very whimsical. It's sort of like this whimsical opening to her traveling to Tokyo. She meets her dad, and he's kind of like, oh, Shizuka. Like, it's like, yeah, who's this? Like, and his other daughters from I guess, his new wife come in, like, oh, who's that? Like, he's like, oh, I've got no idea. And it's just like that edit, and the eyes on Shizuka is just fucking, is brutal as hell. And then he ends up like beating up Takopi after. Yeah. And I was like, damn, man, that's rough. But speaking of the song intro, I actually really like the song intro because I've been listening to this artist a lot. I think Ano, yes. I don't know how, I stumbled across her like trying to do like this Japanese game show stuff where she's trying to speak English. And like the challenge is like to do something in English, like, buy movie tickets or whatever. And her reactions are always like really funny. They're like, she's like quite aggressive, which is funny because she's from like this other like alternative idol group where she sort of loses her shit a little bit. Which is sort of like un-Japanese ladylike.
She's from the alternative idol group You'll Melt More. Apparently.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So, no, but I've been listening to her music and I was watching this other show that she does. She voices one of the characters. It's called Demon's Destruction or something.
Okay.
Or Dead Demons. It has a really hard title to say because it's just like a little bit redundant. But like, yeah, that's kind of a cool show. That's also got like some dark elements as well, but not as much as this one. But I think it resonates because Ano was also like a victim of like school bullying as well, like pretty intense school bullying.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure entirely of her history, but I think she might have dropped out of school and then just did like part-time jobs. But then she sort of started to develop an attitude, and then she would obviously vent a lot of her stuff in her music. And then, I mean, it's usually someone picked her up and she's a good singer. But I mean, it came from You'll Melt More because of like her stage diving and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. So she has a really interesting singing voice. It's very distinct. It sounds like very cute, but if you listen to her like new album, she does a lot of like screamer stuff as well.
Cool.
And it the pain is palpable, even though she says I think she said in an interview she doesn't really write about like her bullying experience anymore because I think she sort of just left that behind.
Yeah.
There's obviously like what you go through is going to permeate into your art subconsciously.
That's what this show is about. It's your experiences shaping how you behave. And everything.
So I think the song it just matches the show quite well because it sounds like it's happy, but it's not.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at the lyrics as well, it's quite interesting. So yeah, it's a good song.
The song is called
I don't know
Happy
anything
Lucky
about
Chappy.
Yes, and it's off her latest album. I think it's called Born Bomb or something. Yeah. I don't know anything about the ending song. I can't give you history about that.
Okay.
I'm sure those guys are fine.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the ending song.
That song is fine.
But I'm a big fan of Arnold's. So yeah, check out her music. It's cool. That's my little plug.
Yeah.
Now back to the review. But unpaid plug. But yeah, it's cool.
So Shizuka, once she's kind of like confronted her father and realizes nothing for her there, and Chappie's not there either, she comes back to town with a vengeance. Her plan is to go to the veterinarian and try to find Chappie, even if it means disemboweling the employees of the vet there.
Actually, did she? Yeah, because she goes through that vendetta because she talks about, well, I think her dad's children like ate the dog, so she's got to cut them open.
Yeah.
Did she actually do that? Because there's this flash of headlines.
Yeah, like newspaper clippings. You might be right.
Like,
yeah, I thought
my daughters are missing.
Yeah.
So did she actually kill them?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like,
I thought. Yeah, initially I thought that was talking about Marina and Shizuka, but yeah. Come to think of it, you are probably right. It is probably the dad's daughters. Because she did say that. She did say she was going to disembowel those daughters to find Chappie.
Yeah. Because like I thought that as well. I thought it was about Marina and Shizuka. Maybe it's about them missing, but it didn't make sense because like Shizuka's mother didn't really love Shizuka that much. And she never really gets a resolution either. She's just a escort for the whole show and just neglects Shizuka. But I think I might be wrong, and anyone can write it in the comments. I think she murdered like those two daughters or something, and like ripped open their stomachs. I was like, ooh,
probably,
damn. But, yeah.
I mean, she is
I guess we didn't
very
see that.
damaged at this point, and this is where Takopi steps in. So Takopi finally confronts Shizuka and says, "Hey, I think what you're doing is a bit messed up, and you should probably stop." She basically beats up Takopi. Takopi at this point has kind of regained his memories about originally wanting to help Marina, and then kind of switching to trying to help Shizuka. And initially he says, "Oh, maybe I should just kill Shizuka." But I think he kind of gets talked around by Naoki to try to help Shizuka instead. So he has a talking to her, and she beats him up a bit, and basically Takopi convinces her to just carry on and not be a psycho. And they spend a bit of time together being best pals, but it still can't really make Shizuka happy because of what she's gone through. So
what she's done.
After spending a bit of time with Shizuka, Takopi decides in one last ditch attempt to right the wrongs of what he's done. He uses the last of his energy to fix the camera that goes back in time. And he goes back in time to the point where Marina and Shizuka are still alive. So the point before Chappie bites Marina's hand, I guess. Yeah. He does one final time reset and disappears.
But he's erased. He's erased from, But they somehow have a lingering memory of what they've gone through. So it goes to a point where Marina goes to do her usual bullying to Shizuka, and then she sees that Shizuka has done a doodle of Takopi. And it's sort of a little bit like the Martha ending. But it's just like, why did you draw that? Why are you so hurt about that? But
I think it's better than that, because there's actually there's a connection between Takopi and Marina.
I kind of feel like I've insulted the writer. Martha, but
it's not as convenient as funny. That, but you're right. They're essentially similar. So they kind of bond over that feeling of knowing Takopi, but not really knowing what it is. So Marina kind of stops bullying Shizuka because of that, I guess. Because
they become like best friends, right?
yeah, they become
quite
mates
chummy.
or at least frenemies.
Yeah.
Events
they
kind
like
of
shopping
still,
together, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, events kind of still play out similarly because you get to see them in like 2022 and Marina has like a scar on her cheek. So presumably she's still been assaulted by her mum at some point. But the difference is that they are friendly towards each other, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
I think it's
kind
just,
of like the message of the show, maybe, is that all you need is just like one person to be with you and you'll be all right or something like that.
I think that is the message of the show.
Yeah.
And because what changes here as well is that Naoki is not interested in Shizuka anymore. He suddenly has friends because like he dropped that he has a PS4. So PS4 saves lives.
Yeah.
That's his friend's like, you got a PS4. That's all you had to say.
Friends
like, that was easy. So,
maybe you're right. Maybe gamers have more cohesion than I think they do.
Got saved by gamers, man. So he's not interested in Shizuka anymore, so he doesn't know them. But I think the message is like, while you will have, moments of turbulence in life, there's also, people are people, but like push on and you'll survive. It is sort of a very Japanese message, like sort of like ganbatte style of thing. Like life is hard, but pull through.
Yeah, and also maybe don't be a prick.
Don't be a prick.
Yeah, as soon as Marina stops being a prick to Shizuka, it's kind of fine after that.
So their families are still dysfunctional, but they have each other and they're probably going to be the better for it. And of course, this is, a case-by-case thing. But I think it is a good message and it's a good story to tell. And I think even though it has all these heavy themes, it doesn't make you feel like crap after watching it. Like, it's not like Grave of the Fireflies level sad. I think this show ends up, it's bittersweet, but I think it has a pretty light ending.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of its success as well, is that it's pretty digestible for a show that's this heavy. But I think it's great that there is a story like this that can come out, because I don't think you would see a story like this done in any other medium. Yeah. And this is even pertaining to specifically like an Asian animation. There could probably be like a Korean version of this.
Yeah, I could see a Western animation like doing similar stuff. Like BoJack Horseman can get pretty heavy at times.
Yeah, BoJack Horseman gets heavy, yeah. But that's more like grounded in its sort of like snarkiness of American humor, I think. Yeah. But I think that's probably, I haven't finished watching BoJack Horseman, but I think that's probably another good example of that. Yeah. But that show is maybe too much of an unreality that it's like, I don't know.
Well, I found this show not as heavy hitting as it could have been, just because of the level of unreality, and that's probably by design. But I didn't really feel that much from this show. I thought it was a nice show, and effective at what it's trying to do, I think. But I didn't feel like really strong emotions, I guess, watching it. Which I don't know if that's a weakness of the show or something broken within me, Tari, but yeah.
Maybe so. I felt some emotion. I think I felt what I needed to at the time. I think it was quite effective, So I didn't have issues with that.
I think it is telling a pretty good story and delivering a nice message in a pretty effective way. I was a bit annoyed at Takopi most of the show, to be honest. I found him really annoying. And I don't know if I'm sold with him like saving the day in the end, really.
Do you think it messes up the message a little bit? Because it's still because I think they're trying to say like his gadgets don't work and change anything, but it is ultimately his gadget and his sacrifice that does work. And it is within his memory.
And also
that
his
it makes it
influence
work.
as well, I
His
guess.
influence,
Like I kind of like the idea of, and I thought this is where the anime was going initially, of the idea of like these kids learning terrible behavior from the adults in their lives, and then Takopi learning terrible behavior from like the kids in his life, and like that's kind of where I thought it was going, but it pivoted, and Takopi ended up like being the voice of reason, I guess, which I'm not sure if that tracks like with the logic of the show either, because he's an idiot. So I don't know if he would learn like that actually life is precious. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It is what it is. I think the ending is nice.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah. So this show, I don't know. Would you recommend it to... I wouldn't recommend it to people that are new to anime, and I don't think it's that kind of show. I think it's for like kind of seasoned anime watchers.
It's for sad boy. Like anime lovers love being like sad boy. It's just like it's only a show like this that can get this successful, maybe in this medium. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I probably wouldn't recommend it to that many seasoned viewers. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to new viewers of anime because anime already has enough of that like idea that it's like weird. But I don't know. Like I think it is a story that I think people should expose themselves to because it is just sort of like a forewarning of like what could happen. Like it's really easy for anyone to become any of the characters in this show. And to sort of like realize that like when you do, I guess, eventually become somewhat a little bit like these characters, that there are consequences, Yeah. I mean, like, as we said, like when we talked about Shizuka's dad and he's just like, I don't know who you are. It's like, that's so fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But it's because we've been following Shizuka. But sometimes, just adults fall out of love and you just want to do what you want to do, which is like at points like, do you have your responsibility for your first child or do you just fuck them off? Like it's hard,
I mean, don't do that. That's obviously not the right thing to do, though, because it's a child.
It's not the right thing to do
in Tokyo who's alone. So maybe like at least invite her in for a glass of water at the very least. I don't know. Just don't be a prick. Like, I think that's another message that the show is trying to say: is just don't be a prick.
don't be a prick,
especially if you're a parent.
I think so. Yeah. But I think I don't know. I would recommend this show. I think to seasoned anime viewers, I think more people should watch the show whether you're seasoned or not, because it's got a good message and it's just a good show.
And I think if you're familiar with Japanese cinema as well, it wouldn't be difficult to watch something like this.
Yeah.
If you liked Confessions, it's pretty Confessions
Japanese
coded.
cinema is really good at having like starkly ominous teenagers doing very immoral things or being interested in immoral stuff. It's almost like its own like genre. It's like Wednesday, but like on steroids and like way darker.
Yes. It's like Wednesday. If you liked Wednesday, you'll love this show.
If you like Wednesday, you'll love this show. That's it. Yeah. If there was a live action adaptation of this show, maybe Jenna Ortega might do a good Shizuka.
Yeah, she'd be pretty good at Shizuka.
Yeah.
All right.
She's got that tortured goth look.
Sorry, you got anything more on this anime?
Nah, I think that's enough sadness or happiness, happy P that I've got to say about this show.
Enough octopus. All right. Well, guys, what did you think about Takopi's Original Sin? Did you feel strong emotions? Would you recommend this to your friends? Let us know. You can get in touch with us at twoasianblokes@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok to see what we're up to. And check out our YouTube channel for some fun videos that we do. Until next time.
Yes.
Don't be a prick.
Don't be a prick.
Yeah.
Yep. Be a good person.
Yeah, because there's not always going to be a pink octopus to save the day. it's very unlikely that that's going to happen to you. So just be nice.
Some of the comments on the letterbox is quite funny.
Yeah.
So I think someone wrote like, I need therapy pee or something. It's pretty funny.
That's good. People are having fun watching this show.
It's true. Yeah.
It's weirdly fun to watch.
It's weirdly fun to watch. Yeah. It's an interesting phenomenon. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
See you later, guys.
Pee.
Bye. Pee.